So the day before we left for Virginia, I found out about the mystery dog illness that was spreading across the country. That was in Oregon, Colorado, California, New Hampshire, Vermont, Indiana, and spreading, right? And I was like terrified because we brought our two dogs up here, right? We had to go through multiple states traveling, and we're staying with like family that has dogs. And this disease is like not responding to antibiotics. They don't know what it is. They've classified it into like three different categories. It hits it hits their like lungs, their respiratory system, right? And I've been calling it doggy COVID because some like elderly animals and animals who were already sick and had like stuff were dying within 36 to like 48 hours of contracting this illness. And it spreads to dog to dog. There is a like shelter that had like two or four dogs die in their care, and it's vets are seeing it like from dogs who go to the dog park and from the dogs who go to the groomers and all of that. So the best thing to do is to not take your dog anywhere, to keep them at home. Like, thank goodness our family members that we're staying with, their dogs, they just stay at home, right? And ours, we've been taking them on walks. We've like the past 2 weeks, we had been making an effort to like take them on a more like smelling walk for them to have enjoyment, and we're gonna have to cut back on that until they know for sure that it can't live on anything else, if that makes sense. And that, like, if my dog accidentally sniffs another dog's poop because someone doesn't pick it up, he's not going to contract it, right? But, like, it does spread by drool, and they say if your dog has coughing, sneezing, like runny nose and like tears in its eyes, you should take it to the vet immediately. I guess they'll like, I don't know what the treatment plan would be. I'd think it'd be steroids to try and dry up like whatever drainage is going on in the lungs, because it's not responsive to antibiotics. It's resistant. But just don't like let your dog share water bowls with dogs that you don't know. Be diligent. It's not the end of the world. Like, they're gonna figure out what it is, but they have it broken down into like three different levels, and the first one's just like mild irritation of the trachea, and then the next one is like acute pneumonia, and then the next one's like, one of them's like pneumonia, and then whichever one's acute or whichever one's worse, but one's pneumonia, the middle one's pneumonia, and then the last one's like bad pneumonia. So that's mainly why I've been calling it like doggy COVID. But yes, just be diligent. Don't share water bowls. If you think your dog's sick, separate it from the other dogs. Like, they haven't even been able to like test a dog that is in the shedding, like that hasn't gone through shedding, which means like where they're actually contagious. They haven't been able to, because they haven't caught it in the window where the dog's actually contagious, to like do all these tests, because by the time the dogs get tested, they're not contagious. So they've gone through the shedding period. So they're trying to figure out how this is spread.